Hello everyone, I'm back again. If you're new here, I'm Priscilla, and on this channel we focus on how we can use food to heal our bodies instead of eating stuff that is working against our health. We're also going to talk about how to make healthier decisions overall. So today we're going to talk about something very popular in the African and African American populace. It is insulin resistance as it connects to a hyperpigmentation and the popular beer belly. Okay, so unfortunately, a lot of people do not even know that they have this issue. But before we get started, I need to quickly run through this disclaimer so we can make our lawyers happy. Okay, so any information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Okay, always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, medication, exercise routine, or health treatment. So let's jump right in. So by the way, if you like this kind of information, please hit the like and subscribe button and help support our channel to encourage us to keep making more videos. All right, so let's jump in. So have you ever noticed a dark patch like right here on your temples? I don't have one right now, but back in the day, I remember I used to have one and I didn't know what it meant. Okay, so sometimes it's around your elbow or your armpit. It just kind of seems like a dark layer. Sometimes it could be anywhere on your skin, really. So yeah, it might not be dirt. Okay, it might be your insulin playing games with you. You see, a lot of us, we think that a dark patch on our neck or underarms or thighs is just hyperpigmentation, but this is not true. It's not just from the lotion that did not blend. Sometimes it's your body waving a flag like, hey, I'm tired of processing all that bread and sugar. So some people resort to lightening creams when they see this because they're like, oh, it's dark over here. Let me put, lightening cream. Newsflash, it's only going to make it worse. We won't even go into details of lightening creams and the damage they can do to your kidneys because that's a story for another day. So let's break it down. Insulin is like your Uber driver for sugar, okay? It picks up glucose from your blood and drops it off into your cells for energy. But when your body keeps calling Uber too much, sugar, white rice, bread, soda, puff, more rice, eventually the driver says, I'm not picking you again. Now, glucose just stays stuck in traffic in your blood. And when glucose stays in your blood, it's actually toxic for your system. And that's kind of why, insulin does what it does, right? It does its job, takes out the sugar from your blood, because if it's staying in your blood, that's another problem. So why does this issue become a problem when insulin is working too hard? We're going to go into that just a little later, but let me first of all address how common is this problem, because some of you might be asking, I don't think I have this problem, this is for somebody else. Well, at a study done at the University of Alabama in Birmingham, researchers actually found that 40% of young American adults have insulin resistance and cardiovascular risk factors. That's almost half of the country. Okay, a study by Annals of Health in 2020 also estimates that about 43% of Nigerians are insulin resistant. Asians, it was the same. They also did a study by Frontiers in Endocrinology, and they said about 43% was the number they came up with. So how do you know that insulin resistance might be creeping in? That dark patch on your neck, okay, it's called acanthosis nigricans. I hope I pronounced that right. Acanthosis nigricans. You see, another sign is the belly fat that refuses to go. No matter how many crunches you do, you're doing all that exercise and you just have that belly fat. Yeah, that's a sign of insulin resistance. Tiredness after eating, craving sweet things 24/7. All these symptoms, you got to pay attention. So now that you know that you can't scrub insulin resistance away, what can you do? One, you got to cut down on those carbs. You see how we used to have that huge plate of rice and then that little meat on the side? You got to change that up completely. Yeah, that's not the way to eat. You know, those soft drinks, pastries, the daily frappuccinos, they're making your cells go crazy. You know, you have to change something. Also, if you have to eat carbs, choose smarter carbs, right? So you might swap your white rice for brown rice. You could do yam instead of sweet potatoes. And, you know, puff puff. Well, okay, yeah, maybe we could still do puff puff once a month. So you also want to move your body, okay? That's step number 3. Move your body. I mean, you don't have to run like you're escaping your village people, but just walk, dance, lift something heavier than your phone, you know? Just get some exercise in there. Also get good sleep. That's number 4, okay? Netflix will survive without you tonight. You need 8 hours of sleep. Some people think it's some kind of laziness to sleep, but really your body repairs and restores itself while it's sleeping. So try to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each day. The more you go without sleep, the more your body is not getting sufficient time to repair stuff. And over time, it accumulates and becomes, you know, a bigger problem that you don't want. Step 5 is eat your protein, okay? Eat your protein, eat your healthy fats, eggs, avocados, beans. You know, let your food work smarter, not harder, okay? And step number 6, if possible, fast, okay? The easiest time to do this is when you wake up in the morning. You can wait until maybe noon before you eat. There's been a lot of research now about fasting, and they're starting to see that it's actually really, really beneficial. So, and this gives insulin a chance to go down, okay? Instead of it going up, 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 you know, you ate breakfast, you ate snack, you ate lunch, and then another snack. Insulin never even gets a chance to go down. And you never get into a chance to get into fat burning mode. And of course, all of this also leads into pre-diabetes and diabetes, and nobody wants that. So when you fast, you give insulin a chance to go down and you put your body in fat burning mode. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a foodie, right? So the way I've been able to do this is when I wake up, I get a cup of water, add some lemon, and I add like half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And somehow this helps me stay full till noon. So you could try that too. It might work for you. But whatever you need to do to just reduce the amount of insulin that you're pumping into your system. So my friends, next time you see that patch on your face or wherever any other part of your body, don't panic. Don't pour bleach. Don't find a lightening cream or whatever. It's only going to make it worse. It's probably your body saying, sis, I'm tired of all these sugar meetings. You know, just fix your plate, not just your lotion, because glowing skin actually starts from having a happy pancreas, okay? And if this taught you something, hit the like button, you know, like you're slapping white bread out of your diet. Subscribe for more. Thank you guys. See you later.